During the first half of the 20th century, in San Diego County and across other parts of the country, many neighborhoods had homes and subdivisions with racial restrictions. They came in the form of covenants as a way to safeguard the investments of white buyers. inewsource partnered with NPR in reporting this story and looked closely into how those covenants affected buyers here in San Diego County. inewsource editor Mary Plummer joins us with what they found out. Thank you, as always, for joining us, Mary. For this story, I understand you reviewed San Diego County records and found more than 10,000 housing documents with racial restrictions. Tell us all about what you uncovered.
That's right, Carlo. Our reporter Roxana Papascu found housing deeds that excluded people of color and others from purchasing or renting homes. She found this by combing through San Diego County recorder office records. That number 10,000 that you mentioned was pretty startling to us as well. Most of the documents were from the 1930s and 1940s, but some of them more recent. One document was from as recently as 1969. These covenants are language on real estate deeds that set certain conditions for the purchase. In the case of these racial covenants that we're speaking about, these clauses forbade people of certain ethnicities, races, or religions from buying or leasing property.
And how extensive are these covenants in San Diego County?
They were all over the place, as we discovered, from San Isidro as far north as Vista, Sunset Cliffs, all the way over to near Julian. These restrictions were sometimes tied to a single lot and sometimes to parcels and large pieces of land. One example that we uncovered covered around 200 acres in Vista. And even though they were scattered all across the region on thousands of properties that we found, we should also note that not every property had them. You certainly could live in San Diego back in the 30s and 40s and not have a covenant. So you did have that option, but they were fairly prevalent.
A lot of people may not be aware that these covenants exist. What else of interest did your research into this matter find?
So we spoke with homeowners about this issue, and folks were interested in learning about this. We talked with Mary Jo Wiggins, who is a professor of law at the University of San Diego. She's been studying these covenants. She's an expert in housing discrimination and real estate law. I believe we have a clip here from her. Here's what she told us about it.
It seems like there's interest is really picking up. That's causing people to go back and look at their deeds and see, oh, could there be such a deed on my property? And many people are quite surprised, both white homeowners and homeowners of color, to find this legacy in their own deeds, their own property deeds.
So for people that are just learning about this, is there a way for them to find out if the homes they live in, the homes they purchased, have covenants?
Well, Carlo, it's interesting. There's a new California law that was signed just earlier this year that aims to make it easier to discover these covenants. Right now, people might have a restrictive covenant and not even know it. Starting next year, real estate agents and others will have to disclose those covenants, and county recorders will be required to establish a program that will help identify these covenants. So that's, one step that's taking place. I should also note that up on our website, inewsource.org, we've created a step-by-step guide if you're interested in seeing if your home may have one of these. That guide to look up racial covenants in San Diego County is at our website. Again, the website is inewsource.org.
Lots of good reasons to click on that website, inewsource.org. Mary Plummer, one of the editors there, joining us live to talk about covenants on properties in San Diego. A lot of us just didn't realize. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Carlo.